Alrighty, so let's turn the volume down so I don't hear myself. So today we actually have one of the best quotes that I ever heard. It's going to be a 5-minute video, and essentially it's by our boy David Goggins, yet again, dropping fire. So I went out, I did 20 miles on the bike, then I went out afterwards immediately right into a brick workout. So in other words, where you have the run or a bike into a run. And in that run, I was listening, of course, to David Goggins. He's the best person that I just mentally need to get there, where I'm always going to be listening to him. But essentially, he dives so deep into the mind, it's incredible. Like, yes, there's the science, and then there's the practical use. And he does, I guess, not really much science, but it's all about the practical use, where he's like, listen, I did it. Okay, I know people say there's a governor on your mind. There is a governor so you don't die. If you didn't have that governor, you would die because you just go beyond exhaustion or dehydration or starvation or just whatever the case is, and then you would not be here. So obviously you need the governor, but he's talking about 40% rule on the governor. You're only, when you feel that governor, you are only about 40%, so that's basic. Then he went into something else that said, a lot of people, they talk about rest day and recovery day. He goes, how about you start working out first, okay? Let's just start by actually moving our body, okay? But this is what really clicked. And this is essentially what I've been really irking for the last, say, 4 months, or the first 4 months of this year, which was I'm limiting myself on social media. I'm barely posting on social media, whether it's for a story or posts. Obviously YouTube, I'm not doing as much YouTube. I'm not watching as much YouTube. So I'm limiting the amount of input. I leave my phone at work most of the time, probably about 80% of the time, I'm leaving my phone at work. Barely on Facebook, I don't listen to music. I only listen to it when I'm running or when I'm getting my day prepped and I'm putting my things out. I'm listening to something motivational, audiobook or something like that. In other words, I'm limiting the amount of inputs. I don't have a TV at home. And this is all a way of saying exactly what David Goggins said. And the reason that I'm stuttering right there is that because of this quote, I now know why other people don't do this, okay? Because on that run, I was thinking, why are people always just thinking that something will make them happy? I feel like they have not a deep understanding. They have a basic understanding that something outside of them will not make them happy. So in other words, when you achieve that job, that dream job, or when you get that new iPhone, or you are on vacation, or that weekend comes up that you're looking forward to, or you get that relationship or that dating or that bonus or whatever the case is, don't you understand, some self-reflection that it's not that's going to make you happy? In other words, the external, I highly recommend, if you want to start on even a deeper concept, you just look through Michael A. Singer. And what's going on, Ben? How we doing? Welcome to live. So essentially, obviously, Ben is starting. He's starting to make some calls. And I was talking about actually just a quote of our boy David Goggins, or my boy David Goggins. I'm obsessed with the guy. So in there he said, we just don't want to explore ourselves, okay? We don't have the courage to go into our thoughts, okay? That's one of the biggest things that I've taken away. Like, why am I limiting all this input in my life for the last 4 months, okay? What's the real reason behind it? And that quote is essentially, I guess, where I was trying to get to, is that I wanted to find out the insecurities, those deep thoughts that I have that are just buried down there, and then just years of just suppressing it with alcohol, partying, buying stupid shit, overspending, dumb dinners that I didn't need to go to, overspending on that, vacations. And why am I now finally just limiting all the inputs? I think it's because I've 10 years in, finally 10 years in, I'm actually understanding that there's a place that you can get to when you start, getting better practically at sleeping and nutrition and working and all that other jazz, but that's still not taking the foundation of your thinking and your mindset. And that quote, which is most people don't have the courage to explore themselves, just is the reason that there's always going to be bars open, drugs happening, parties going on, vacations, people always selling things that are not necessary in lives, between the next iPhone next year, or the new shoes, or the new clothes, or that shiny new object in real estate to get leads. Whatever the case is that that's all external, except we don't have the courage to actually explore ourselves internally. So I think, honestly, that's going to be the revelation of just me just going, okay, what are more insecurities that I have that I don't even know about right now, that are just running my life, that are on autopilot? It's kind of like that hum. Right now there's an AC, you probably can't hear it, but there's an AC going on in my office right now, and it's just a hum. It's just a and those could be insecurities that I need to unearth to get to. And the only way to do that, what he's talking about, is getting into silence, getting into our thoughts and understanding them, and really just through physical activity, physical exertion, pushing ourselves, challenging ourselves. It's the only way forward. So hope that helps a little bit. If you guys have any questions, leave in the comments below. As always, what's going on, Erwin? Hope all is well. And I'll be back with Alter Ego, which is going to be a book review. This is just the cover. Well, actually, I don't know. Did I already do Alter Ego? I don't know. I don't know if I did. But anyway.